Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to go over oil. We're going to look at oil and natural gas, do our daily technical analysis. This is one of my favorite sectors. It's one of the most leveraged sectors, so you gotta have big cojones to go through this and all the volatility. But the volatility brings big rewards if you can ride on through it, and that's what I've been doing. I've been riding on through it. Surprised at the action today. We've got an update in oil, an update in natural gas. I guess that's a Good Friday thing going on here. So you know what? I'm not going to argue with it. I'm just going to take it. So let's look at the charts. I'll give you my financial opinion here. It's just my opinion. Please don't use it as advice. Here we go with oil. West Texas oil. Big long-term view. We got to break this big guy to the upside. We break that big guy to the upside. We are off in the dust in Cheetah mode. We are 60 miles an hour going up, flying out of here. Zooming in on it, we've got this large sell-off day, and sometimes this momentum needs to get worked off. And what happens, and I'm just going to draw it in here. We're going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see kind of what may or may not happen. And I remember, guys, I'm just kind of guessing here in the very short term. We break to the downside, it consolidates, it comes up, and then I think we're going to do something like this, where we kind of bounce around a little bit, and then we'll break. And it'll be something on the lines of, something like that. Right? And it may even kind of squeezy. It's hard to say. I'll leave this in here, and if it squeezes up, we could even come up to this line and then break. But it's going to be something on the lines of that, is my guess. And we're probably going to fight back and forth for a little bit, and it's okay if we bounce and put like a wick at the bottom or something. But that's just a starting guess right there. And here is natural gas. It's up today. Here's the daily candlesticks in natural gas. We had a lot of selling pressure, and we're starting to just come out of it. This is what my guess will be. And remember, guys, I'm just guessing here. Please don't hold me to the fire. We're going to get a thing like this, and then it's going to break to the downside like this. And then we're going to do some squiggles. and then we'll eventually move on up. So something on the lines of that is my guess. And I don't know if it's going to be right. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. And I don't know, it may be, this whole section may be a little bit lower, but I think I chose a pretty good section here with this support right behind it, below it. SM Energy, we're right above the resistance line here. We were kind of bouncing on it, and we popped up a little bit at the end of the day with some good volume. Again, I think it looks pretty good. I'm holding on to my shares, that's for sure. Good luck getting mine, which you're not. This looks very similar pattern with CDEV as well. Except this one, we're above the nice strong neckline. I think this thing's going to go far higher eventually. Could we come back and forth for a little bit? Yeah, we could. Maybe we just roll higher. The short term is the hardest one to know. But I see it as a strong company, and I'm just holding my shares. The CWEGV is just going in this channel I drew in. It's been grinding sideways, bumping and grinding. Big picture view. We've got the long downtrend line broken. That's what we want to see. Big up days, small down days, or I should say up months, small down months. And then we'll see a big move, I think, to the upside eventually. Big move in these oil companies. Reverse head and shoulders pattern for Callan Petroleum. Callan Petroleum's coming down in an ascending wedge, broke to the upside. Small little down days on the right-hand side there. And this is what it looks like coming down. It looks like we could be seeing a move to the upside here. So I think this looks pretty good with a it's a continuation pattern like that with a flag. There's your flag, guys. Flying on, buying at the end of the day. Looks good. Athabasca, good old Athabasca. Breaking to the upside of its downtrend, still looks good to me. Yeah, we had a little bit of a down day today. No big deal. Don't be afraid of this massive reverse inverted head and shoulder pattern that's probably going to develop. We're going to put a little shoulder in here and go into launch mode after it. Looking at recap. Bullish engulfing on the weekly candlestick looks good. Coming in. Big up days, small down days. I like it. Let's launch higher here. Big 3, too small. That is exactly what I like to see. The big up day, buying pressure, small down days. And then it'll probably form. I'm just seeing if there's it may not be kind of a bigger pattern. It's not really a bigger pattern. Just trying to see if there's something that fits in it. So that one looks good. Northern Oil and Gas, down day today. It's not really a big down day, but on a weekly candlestick basis, we're looking okay. Monthly looks good from this big pattern that we broke. Just absolutely massive pattern that we broke into the downside. This thing has so much upside potential. It's quite ridiculous. It's good long-term hold. I own a good fair amount in it, and I'm going to be holding on to my shares here. CPG, it's up in where the air is crisp. It's broken out of its inverted head and shoulder where the neckline is. It's peeking out, turtle heading out of the neckline. That's what this green candlestick is right here. Zooming in, we are still above it. It looks really good. I'd just be holding on to it. It's coming into a little bit of resistance up here, but it's okay. Grand Tier Energy, broken of its descending wedge to the upside. We're just chilling right now. Tellurian, descending wedge, broke to the upside, pulling on back. You know, it's probably not a bad spot to be buying here if you like it. Got a little wick at the bottom, kind of coming back where we find support again, and then maybe we can try launching higher. Pedivico, I don't know as much about this company, but the chart is right at the tip of this thing. Good thing I have it in here. I still have to buy some, and then we'll probably rocket launch because that looks really good. That chart looks fantastic. Oasis down, descending wedge, and this thing's probably just going to continue to move higher. I did buy some in Oasis, and I bought some way early too. Comstock's looking fantastic. Came to this little point here, and now we're moving higher. 3.37% up day today. It's pretty solid. We broke out of this little pattern here. That's exactly what you want to see. Got a pattern there coming up. Good volume. SD Energy looks like it's descending wedge, broken to the upside. Do a little return move, and then hopefully we can move on up. Get some. Hopefully the oil and natural gas can firm up here, and Tetra Technologies is looking pretty firm here. I like it. Oops. Coming up, and we're bouncing off support. Hopefully we can get some momentum to the upside. Transocean, this line's holding down here, so we're coming on up, and things are looking better for Transocean. Helix Energy Solutions, the downward channel's broken. It's moving sideways to higher, is what I see. So that looks good. And ZPTAF, which is Surge Energy, and if you need a Surge Energy drink, that sugary pop or whatever, broken to the upside here. I think it looks pretty good. Yearly basis, we're kind of down here. Big old picture here is a big downtrend line that we are kind of right at the support line. And I don't know much about Surge. You're going to have to do your own research on it, but it's the one I just was looking at. But that's what I've got for today. Oil did pretty strong. I think we're going to see some sideways action and then an eventual break to the upside. That's what I think. How long that sideways action will be is anyone's guess, but that's what I'm guessing. Huge bull in oil and natural gas. Absolutely massive bull here. I do think we're going to get over $100 a barrel. That's my opinion. Take it for what it is. I also think that we're going to see some pretty good buying pressure in natural gas eventually. I think probably next winter is going to be a tight one as well. But it all depends on the renewables. It depends on how reliable they are, wind patterns, solar patterns, all sorts of stuff. All depends. But natural gas is a swing producer. We're at low inventory levels. If we continue to rip through it, then natural gas inventories still decline, which means continued high prices. which is good for our natural gas producer companies. So I'm a big bull, probably more so than some others. I think that we will see much higher prices in this bull market than even $100. And that is 5 to 10 years out, somewhere in that time frame. 2027, 2028, something like that, I think is probably going to be around the peak. And that's where we're going to see a big blow off top. And if you're in these companies for that long, I think you're going to see big moves. That's my take in it. So if you guys like the analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.